Welcome everyone. Before we dive in, be sure to drop your thoughts, feelings, and lessons in the comments below. Like the video and subscribe so you never miss stories like this. Let's get into it. Liam humiliated me at our anniversary dinner like I was a joke he paid to see. Then tried to send me home alone while he went upstairs with another woman. He didn't whisper it. He didn't soften it. He made sure the waiter, the nearby tables, and even his sister heard him talk to me like I was disposable. And when I looked at him like, "Are you really doing this to me?" he smiled like I was the embarrassing part of his night. Here's how it happened from the beginning before I knew the whole evening was a trap. Mia. Young woman. Born in Detroit, raised on side-eyes and survival. I learned early that love isn't just candles and cute captions. It's who still shows up when the lights are off and the bills are due. Liam and I had been married 10 years. In the kind of decade you earn with late-night talks, hospital visits, and arguing over the same dumb dish you keep leaving in the sink. I wasn't perfect, but I was loyal in a way you can't fake. Liam could be magnetic when he wanted. That smile got him jobs, favors, second chances. People called him smooth. I used to think it meant confident. Later I realized it also meant slippery. Still, I loved him. I loved the version of him that used to rub my feet when I came home from double shifts. The version that danced with me in the kitchen to old Frankie Beverly. The version that kissed my forehead and said, "We good, baby." Last year was rough. My mom had health scares. Liam changed departments at work and suddenly acted like his new co-workers were celebrities. Money got tight, but I kept us steady. I handled the auto pay, the insurance, the boring adult stuff that keeps a household from sliding into chaos. Liam called me the CEO of the home, and I'd laugh, thinking it was praise. In hindsight, it was a confession. He liked what I did for him more than he liked me. 2 weeks before our anniversary, Liam started acting sweet in a way that felt staged. Random, "Good morning, beautiful" texts. A grocery store bouquet that looked like it got grabbed at the last second. He even tried to recreate our first date joke, pretending he couldn't pronounce charcuterie, saying "shark coochie board," and laughing like he invented comedy. I laughed too because I missed us. That's the scary part. When you're starving, crumbs feel like a meal. Our anniversary landed on a Friday. February in Chicago. Cold enough to make your eyelashes question their life choices. Liam told me to wear something nice. He said he booked dinner at a hotel downtown like the rich folks do. I'm not flashy, but I can dress. I pulled out a deep green dress, did a soft beat, and put on the gold hoops my auntie calls confidence circles. I looked in the mirror and thought, maybe tonight we reset. Liam picked me up like it was prom. He leaned on the car horn twice. 2 little taps like a signal, and when I came down he whistled. "Okay, Mrs. Johnson," he said like he still wanted me. He opened my door, which he never does anymore, and I tried not to read into it too hard. I told myself, don't sabotage a good moment by expecting the worst. We drove through the city with the heater blasting and R&B low in the background. On the way, he reached over and held my hand. That one small thing almost made me tear up because I realized how long it had been since he'd touched me without needing something. Food, sex, forgiveness, money. We joked about how we used to be broke, splitting one entree and pretending we were tasting like food critics. Liam put on an accent and said, "The notes of garlic are quite audacious," and I laughed so hard I snorted. He looked pleased like he'd won a point. The hotel lobby was polished and bright. The kind of place with plants that look expensive just for existing. Liam walked in like he belonged there. He greeted the valet like they were friends, even though I knew he'd never been here. He kept his hand on my back, steering me like we were a unit. I saw couples in suits and dresses, a pianist in the corner, and for a second I let myself sink into the fantasy. Us healed, chosen, safe. We checked in for dinner reservations at the restaurant inside the hotel. The hostess smiled, said, "Happy anniversary," and I felt my cheeks warm. Liam squeezed my hand and said, 10 years, like he was proud. I almost believed him. We got led to a table with a candle and a view of the city lights. It was pretty enough to make you forget pain, if pain wasn't sitting across from you wearing your husband's face. Liam sat down, adjusted his watch, and then his eyes changed. Started small. He looked at my dress and said, "That what you wore?" Not, "You look beautiful." Not, "Wow." Just that. I laughed awkwardly. "Yeah, why?" He shrugged and said, "I mean, it's fine. I expected you to do more." He said it like I was a presentation that didn't meet expectations. Heat crept up my neck. I told myself not to overreact. But my stomach tightened the way it does when you sense a storm and you're still pretending it's just wind. The waiter came over. Young black man, polite, professional. Liam interrupted him to say, "She's gonna be difficult, so be patient." The waiter blinked, confused. Froze. "I'm not difficult. I'm the person who stacks plates at cookouts and says thank you too many times." But Liam laughed like he'd delivered a punchline. "I'm playing," he said, but his eyes stayed sharp. The waiter gave me a quick, sympathetic look that made humiliation bloom in my chest. Liam ordered for himself first, then glanced at me like I was taking too long to exist. I asked a question about a dish and Liam sighed loudly. "See," he told the waiter. "This what I deal with." I felt my face burn. Nearby, a couple turned their heads. Liam didn't lower his voice. He seemed to enjoy the audience. I tried to salvage the mood with humor. "Sir, I'm just trying not to order something that tastes like regret." But Liam didn't laugh. He just smirked like I was embarrassing. Then his sister, Keisha, appeared at our table like a plot twist with lip gloss. She didn't ask. She slid into the booth beside Liam, placing her purse like she owned the spot. "Oh good," she said, looking at me. "You came." Liam grinned. "Told you she would." My heart dropped. This dinner wasn't just dinner. It was a performance, and they'd written me into the role of clown. Keisha leaned in and whispered something to Liam. He chuckled, covering his mouth like a child. Keisha started picking, little jabs that sounded like jokes if you weren't the target. "Nia, you still doing that natural thing," she said, staring at my hair like it offended her. "It's brave." Liam laughed loud. I said, "It's healthy, trying to keep it light." Keisha rolled her eyes. "Healthy don't always mean cute," she replied. Liam nodded like she'd spoken wisdom. It's wild how someone can make you feel ugly without ever using the word. The waiter returned with bread. Liam took the basket and didn't offer me any, just placed it closer to himself and Keisha, like I was a guest at my own marriage. Then Liam leaned back and said, "Let's be real. You should be grateful I even brought you out." He said it slow, like he wanted every syllable to land. I looked at him, searching for the man I married. I found a stranger wearing my memories like a stolen coat. I tried to speak, but my voice came out thin. "Why are you being like this?" Liam's eyes narrowed. "Because you always making everything deep," he snapped. Keisha laughed like it was a comedy show. Liam waved his hand toward me and said, "Look at her face. Here come the tears." A couple at the next table glanced over again. My throat tightened. I swallowed it down because I could already hear Liam later telling people I ruined the night by being emotional. For a moment I flashed back to early Liam. Our first anniversary in Atlanta. Cheap hotel, cheap champagne, expensive laughter. We'd danced in socks on carpet and he'd told me, "I'm gonna love you loud." That memory hit me so hard I almost cried right there. The contrast made tonight feel like grief. Because it wasn't just a bad dinner. It was proof that something inside him had changed, and he wanted me to be the one who felt stupid for noticing. I excused myself to the bathroom to breathe. In the mirror, I pressed my palms to the sink. My makeup still looked nice. My eyes did not. I whispered, "Hold it together," like I was parenting myself. I heard women laughing by the sinks, living normal lives, and I felt jealous. I came out, sat down, and tried one more time to steer the night back. "Remember when I started?" Liam cut me off. "Don't do that," he said. "Don't get sentimental. It's corny." When the check came, Liam didn't even pretend we were a team. He slid it toward me with one finger. "You got it," he said. I stared. "What?" I shrugged. "You always acting like you independent. Pay." Kisha smirked. My card was in my purse, but it wasn't about money. It was about disrespect. Still, I paid because I didn't want a scene. Liam stood up immediately, like he couldn't wait to escape me. "Go ahead and head home," he said. "I'm not babysitting your feelings." I sat there while they walked away, alone at a table with a dying candle and my heartbeat in my ears. The waiter passed by and gave me a look that said, "I'm sorry," without words. I wanted to disappear. But then I remembered what Liam told me earlier in the car. "I got us a room tonight. Don't worry about anything." A room meant privacy. A room meant we'd talk. A room meant maybe he'd apologize away from people. I stood up, grabbed my coat, and followed the signs to the front desk. The lobby felt colder now, even indoors. I approached the front desk and said softly, "Hi, I'm checking in. Under Liam Johnson." The clerk was a black woman, maybe late 30s, hair in a neat bun, face calm like she'd seen every kind of heartbreak. She typed, paused, then looked at me with a careful gentleness. "I'm sorry, ma'am," she said. "This room is booked for 2. But your name isn't on it." My stomach dropped. "I'm his wife," I whispered, like marriage should count as ID. The clerk turned the screen slightly, not messy, just honest. "It's booked under Liam Johnson and Janelle Brooks." The name hit me like cold water. Janelle was his work friend. The one he said I was insecure about. The one who'd smiled in my face at a company cookout in Oak Park and called me sis like a joke. My knees went weak. I gripped the counter. The clerk asked quietly, "Would you like a printed folio?" I nodded because words were gone. As she printed, my phone buzzed. Another notification I'd ignored earlier. A charge authorization. My card. My card was the one holding the reservation. Liam had used me to finance my own humiliation. The clerk slid the paper over and I saw the details. The room type, the dates, the names. I felt my heart crack in a slow, humiliating way, like realizing the joke was you and everybody knew. I wanted to run, but something steadier rose under the pain. Anger that turned into clarity. I stepped aside and called my bank with shaking hands. I froze the card. I didn't think about being nice. I thought about survival. Then I opened my laptop on a lobby chair and logged into every shared account Liam assumed I'd never touch because he'd labeled me emotional and dramatic. Funny how men call you those words when you're actually the one keeping their life from collapsing. I separated my money. I stopped auto payments that only benefited him. Changed passwords. Clean. Legal. Quiet. While I worked, I remembered funny little moments that used to be ours. Liam burning pancakes and blaming the stove's attitude. Him singing off-key in the shower, me laughing while yelling, "Boy, stop!" Those memories didn't soften me this time. They reminded me that I had loved him honestly. That I wasn't foolish for loving. He was foul for abusing it. Romantic memories can be beautiful and still not be a reason to stay. That truth settled in my chest like a brick. Heavy, solid, necessary. About an hour later, Liam stormed into the lobby with Janelle behind him. He didn't look guilty. He looked irritated, like the world was misbehaving. Janelle's lip gloss was shining like confidence. Liam slapped his hand on the counter. "Why my card not working?" The clerk stayed professional. "Sir, the card on file has been frozen by the cardholder." Liam's head snapped toward me when he noticed me sitting there. His eyes widened, then turned mean. "You petty," he barked. "That's why nobody wants you." Janelle laughed like she had rehearsed it. "It's giving sad," she said, looking me up and down. Liam leaned closer, voice loud enough for nearby guests to hear. "Look at you, alone on your anniversary. You can't even keep a man. No remorse. Not even a flicker. That was the last gift he gave me, confirmation. Then karma arrived in the most realistic way possible. Paperwork, payments, and consequences. Liam tried a second card. Declined. Tried a third. Declined. His face tightened. The clerk glanced at the screen. Sir, your profile shows outstanding balances with our property. We'll need a valid payment method plus a refundable deposit. Liam stuttered, anger turning into panic. Janelle's smile faded when she realized the smooth man she chose couldn't even secure a room. She stepped back like she didn't want to be associated with broke consequences. Liam hissed at me. Baby, fix it. I stood up, calm in a way that surprised even me. No, I said. Then I booked a room in my name, just one. Upstairs, I cried until my chest stopped shaking. Then I slept like someone who'd finally put down a heavy bag. Over the next months, I moved in silence. Separate bank accounts, separate address, lawyer meetings, locked passwords, redirected direct deposit. No speeches. No viral posts. Just private success. Peace that didn't need witnesses. Liam never apologized. Keisha never softened. Janelle never felt ashamed. They stayed cruel, and that was fine, because my moral became simple. Love doesn't require you to shrink. If someone humiliates you, believe them and choose yourself quietly and completely. If you love stories that make you gasp, laugh, and whisper no way in the same minute, hit subscribe because the next one is even worse.